Hello, YouTube world, and everybody that's watching. I was just interviewed by the Keith Andrew Network Television. Very excited about it. You got to get with this guy because he's going to give you the time of your life. He's funny. He has a great personality, and he's hella smart. Okay, watch this video. Enjoy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and you're watching the Keith Andrew Network. That's available on all social medias. It's a special episode, as all my episodes are special. It is episode 62 of Season 12. That is right, Season 12, episode 62, also known as 1162. We have a great guest here on the Keith Andrew Network, so you already introduced yourself. So the first question I want to ask you, and we're going to start off with everyone's favorite, icebreakers. Icebreakers, tell us a little bit about yourself and the background and the work that you do.
Okay, my name is Donna Bey. I'm originally from New Jersey and moved to Atlanta many, many years ago. I started off in the entertainment industry by dancing. I wanted to be, I was into ballet, modern jazz, and I just couldn't continue. So I just went from there to other areas of the entertainment. Pretty much that's a small part.
Now, who inspired you to get into dance?
I let me think. So basically, they're mostly creatives in my family. So my sisters and brothers were already into entertainment that are older than me. I'm like closer to the youngest in my family. So all of them were in some form of entertainment, be it dance, playing instruments, singing, all that. So I started off by being in a pageant, and my sister used to teach me the dances I needed to do. And I learned the dances from her, and she never danced publicly, but she sang mostly, but she knew how to dance as well. So I participated in pageants in the beginning when I was like 11, 10 years old. Yep.
And you also mentioned that you are an upcoming professional actor.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I received that. Also, I want to thank you for having me on the show. I'm very excited, even though I might not look like it, but I am. So when I found out that I could sing at the age of 10, because I always loved music, just in general. When I found out I could sing, I started singing and writing songs at the age of 10. I don't remember them, but when I got to be a teenager, I wrote more songs. Some of them I actually still remember, but I never recorded those though.
Okay. Well, the next one I'm going to ask you, we have some great questions I want to talk to you about. These are some writing questions, but I want to ask, you see that, like, I'm easily distracted. I usually don't wear these microphones because then you see the background. I really need a better background or a better headset.
It's fine. It looks nice. See, I didn't know that it wasn't a backdrop. If you hadn't moved, I would have thought that it was just, I would have thought it was a backdrop. I didn't know it was a movable, like a setting, honestly, because I've seen your other videos. I've viewed them. Yeah, you're good.
I think I just need to get like a new, different headset or something because it's the mic. Because when it drops down, there's like a space behind there.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's oh, it looks cool, but then it looks like I'm ordering from freaking McDonald's or something.
No, I understand. I feel you on that. No, but you're fine. It looks. I can't see it, but I could see how it could be a distraction. So
I agree. And here on the Keith Andrew Network, freedom, speech, self-expression, and we like to have fun. So the
Exactly.
next one I want to ask you, these are write-in questions, but I'm going to change it to acting. So the first one I want to ask you, as an upcoming actor, how much experience do you have in teaching other people?
How much experience do I have in what? I'm sorry.
Oh, teaching other people.
Oh, teaching. Oh, that's a great question. I've had a lot of experience in acting. I actually started off in junior high, like 12, 13 years old. And then I went to an arts high school and studied drama for a few years. I didn't complete there. So it's in terms of teaching, that's something that's been one of my goals is to teach younger people or newer actors how to act. And so I actually gave a workshop on acting. I have actually made my own commercial, everything. And it was for teens, for like 12-year-old and up to adults, all beginner actors for right now, because um, I'm still learning, I'm still growing as well. But the beginnings, I definitely can teach. Anything that I'm good at, I know how to teach just naturally. And so I initially, to answer your question, started back getting back into acting in 2011, 2012. And that's when I got hired to be a voice actor. I got my first agent in 2012. Yep, and I went from there.
Oh, wonderful. Was there
Yeah,
any
thank you.
family members that inspired you? Was there any favorite actors that inspired you?
Oh wow, I have so many favorite actors. I don't even know where to start. We can go anywhere from Meryl Streep to Denzel Washington to Julia Roberts to it's so many to Viola Davis, so many, and then singers Whitney Houston. I always sang her music when I started singing. So it's like I went from dancing to acting to singing more. So if don't see me acting, you'll see me singing. I'll be singing solo or singing with gospel groups, jazz ensemble, college chorus. Like I love to sing and love to act. And people ask me, "Oh, what if you could only do one?" I said, "No, I cannot do one. Sorry." It's no, and then so the people that haven't seen me acting recently, they were like, "Are you still an actor? Do you still act?" I said, "Yes, I did. I disappeared to sing for a long time, so I'm just trying to get some type of balance." And so, but initially, no, I was not inspired by anybody necessarily. It's just something that I liked. I just enjoyed being someone else. I used to do my own performances in the house. I was used, believe it or not, shy, quiet, and timid. Never talked, only if I was comfortable. So all my performances happened in the house with a brush to my mouth and dancing around, acting silly, with my family, but never publicly, except for I think the first time I was on stage, actually, I was 6 years old. That was the first time. And I was not shy on stage. And that enlightened me at that time. I was like, wow, I'm shy. If you met me, I wouldn't talk to you. Nothing. But on stage, I come alive. I came alive. I wasn't well, yeah, the butterflies. But I overall was not nervous. And I was like, wow, this is great. I could feel the audience, the vibrations of the audience. This feels good. And so I think that's really what sparked me after that experience, for sure.
Well, you bring up a good point, and that's actually the next question I want to ask you
Mhm.
is because I do relate to you because I was the same person. When I was in high school, I was the person who sat against the wall, who was antisocial, and once you got to know me, then I had diarrhea of the mouth. But when you first got to know me, I was shy
Right.
and timid.
Yes, I was. And I don't know why. And because I'm from a large family, so you wouldn't think that I don't talk, but I did talk to people I was comfortable with. Like, so I can relate to some of the things that you were saying, especially about being teased and all that. I was like, wow, when I heard your story, not to skip the subject or anything, it was very inspirational. It was like reminding me, like, you need to do this because all the things I named means I'm not supposed to be working for anybody except for me and other actors or other producers or something like that. Because I started off before writing songs, I used to write poetry now, and then people ask me now, name one thing I can't do, and that is draw. I cannot draw, and that's okay. I can learn. I always believe that you can learn anything. You put your mind to it. My father used to say, and you can do it. Anything you make up your mind that this is what I want to do. So I just want to get better. I don't want to be good. I want to be great. And that's what my goal is.
No, I agree with you 100%. Now, you mentioned when you get into character, how do you build that character?
Largely because I went to school for drama, and even though I've been to classes here in Atlanta, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, they don't talk to you very much about character analysis. Like if you have this character, let's say you're doing just a scene, what I do is create a character analysis. Where did this person come from? How old are they? How did they grow up? What type of job do they have? What style of clothing do they wear? But if in the instance that it's already given, then I can go with what they have already on paper. But if I don't know anything, I create it. And that's what gives me more background work, and that gives me the opportunity to create an emotion that I probably wouldn't have initially for that character, even if it's just a scene. I have to do some type of backstory, relatable, or make it relatable to me so I can pull it forth. Because I know in auditions and stuff like that, I kind of miss going into auditions because they really can't really feel you, I don't think, as much. But I know in order to create an emotion, even if, let's say if I'm sad that day and I have to show a happy emotion, I can use my sadness to make myself feel happy. And I can use my happiness to make myself feel sad because it's still in an emotion, and that's what they want to see. They want to feel you through that camera lens, so to speak.
Yeah, they know when you're faking it.
Right? They know when you're acting. They want you to be for real. Nobody wants to see you act. They wanted you to be real. Just like Meisner said, living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Everything has to be real.
I agree. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the COVID epidemic when we come back. 3, 2, 1. We're back from the quick commercial break. So the first subject we're going to talk about is the COVID epidemic. How has the pandemic impacted your life? And do you see life in a different point of view?
Oh wow, COVID was a scary thing. How it impacted me at the time that it happened, even though a lot of people were laid off and all that, and they were complaining and crying about not working, I was actually working for a disability for an insurance agency, and I had to handle all of those calls with all of those COVID victims. Oh my God, it was the most trying time in my life. Thankfully, I had members of my family that had COVID, but they didn't pass away from it. But God bless all the people that had lost people in their family as a result of it. It was very scary. And then when the lockdown came, we I had to end up start working from home once again, hearing all these calls, finding out I had to keep up with all the laws. And it was a trying time for me because people kept sending me information about COVID. My anxiety was through the roof. You hear me? And then when lockdown happened, I get cabin fever. Okay, I don't know about anybody else, but I was trying to figure out what am I going to do myself. So I started painting. I started trying to learn how to draw. I started doing tie dye shirts. I was doing everything that I could think to do besides leave the house. It was. I know I don't know how that sounds to anybody, but it was a frightening time. It was a frightening time, and I'm glad that they came up with something to try to get rid of it, get vaccines, whatever they did. I did take the vaccination, and I'm not afraid to admit that. People say, "Oh, well, what's this going to happen?" I'm like, whatever. I'm not worried about that. If what will be will be. You know what I mean? So I
No,
took it and say that
I didn't
again.
mean to interrupt, but I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, you're preaching it, sister.
Sorry.
I go
I'd
like to
rather be
have fun, but
right.
I keep saying to people, and the past couple interviews, I want to have memes on the show because anytime when someone says something stupid, I want to have a
Right.
meme pop up
Right. I get
because
it.
like you were saying, don't get vaccinated. You know, to
You're gonna
put things
turn
in
into
you.
something. Yeah.
Or when I was vaccinated, now I have a disability. It doesn't work like that.
No,
Over
it's not
here on the
true.
Keith Andrew Network, freedom of speech, self-expression. Hey,
Thank
yesterday I
you.
got my flu shot. 2 weeks ago, I got my COVID shot.
All right.
And now, with that being said, I do respect everyone's opinions, even though I do think it's
I
stupid.
do.
But actually, you want to get me fired up. Yeah, but
Okay. I'm
you
sorry. I didn't
know,
mean to, but
no,
I'd
no,
rather be safe than sorry.
that's the point of the show, to have fun. Just have fun with
Right.
it.
Right. Yeah,
Because
I'd
to get
rather
me
be
fired
safe.
up, you see more of my personality.
Right. Exactly. See, me too. And a lot of people see me as very serious. Like I grew up in church, so in a church environment, I am serious and I'm more quiet and reserved. But in the environment that's mine or friends, it's a whole nother side of me. Like I'm very multifaceted. So certain sides you won't see, especially if I don't like it. Sorry, just being honest.
You say it
But
as it is, and I didn't mean any
yeah,
disrespect when I said I don't mean to preach to you, sister. I just wanted to make you
no,
laugh.
that's okay. No problem. Because people always tell me I'm preaching, so I've heard that many times. And if you stay tuned for my next project, you'll see that something like that. And that's all I'm going to say. There's
Well,
something on the horizon.
you're definitely going to be back on the show. I do promise you that.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But
I'm very excited right now because unfortunately last year I lost my ex-husband, who's the father of my children, and I lost my niece. So that was a long time trying to get myself back together and healing and working is so hard. But I'm just now getting back plugged in. So when you came up with the interview, I think at that time I was just going through the very emotional at the time. And so now I'm getting things together and getting plugged back in and already doing a couple projects. I'm not saying anything. You'll see when you see. And I'll just keep you informed on that for sure.
to be
Yeah.
honest, if you said I messaged you a year ago, no, Facebook has this new feature, and it's real freaking pain in the ass.
Really?
It's encryption, so they delete your message. If you're not having an important conversation,
Oh
they
wow.
will erase it. They erase your conversation so like no one else can see it.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay, I get it. I get it. I get
but
that
there's
part.
oh go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. I'm listening to you. I
But
didn't
there
know that. I mean, I know it's encrypted, but I didn't know they erase your messages.
yeah,
That's
it doesn't
interesting.
stay there. They just completely erase it.
Oh,
So I give
okay.
you an example. If I was talking to someone, well, I give you an example. I would like to invite you to be a guest on my show, and if you would like to have your own talk show for $30 a month, I will do all the work for you. And we can talk about more afterwards if you're
All
interested.
righty. Thank you. Yes.
And the next day, if we say, okay, I'm calling it a night, I talk to you tomorrow. If I go back to that message where we left off, it's going to be blank. So I'm going to repeat myself again. Oh, hey, you want to be you want to be on my network? I create your own talk show. Keith, you told me that yesterday. Well, this dude,
Oh,
I done
really?
that actually, and it's
Okay.
really annoying.
Wow. So that now we're going to be forced to, I guess, email what we want to talk about.
I mean, it's some things they don't. It's not like an automatic thing. Some conversations, I guess they read it and they're like, well, he said certain
That
things.
wasn't important.
I hate when big brothers walking out for you or
Right. I hear you though. I hear you though. I think they're trying to be careful more now because all the different things are going on with children, young
yeah.
people will get snatched, all types of things. I think it's a safety measures that they're trying to put forth. Um,
But anything
mhm.
important, keep it to the email.
Yes, yes, but I'll definitely talk more about that. Oh, so what I meant to say, oh, I have auditioned. I actually like some of the auditions that I've had, even if I didn't get the part. The fact that the producers of a certain show saw me, and I don't know if they might remember me. I have the same email from years and years and years ago. I'm going to keep it. Um, I auditioned for a show for one of the Wayans brothers, for Marlon Wayans to play his sister, a movie rather, to play his sister that was in jail and all this. And the director of the film, I mean of the agency that called me down, I got it from actorsaccess.com.
Right.
She said that was excellent. I never heard nobody compliment me doing a take, audition. I'm like, wow, okay, thanks. I was so hungry at the time. I'm like, getting excited about doing it. But he ended up making that movie and playing all the parts. So, but that's fine. She saw me, and I'm sure she'll remember me. Was I hope.
It's
And
funny you
just
should
a lot of.
mention that.
I'm
And
sorry. Go ahead.
excuse my hand signs. I talk with my
That's okay.
hands. And I like holding up and like, oh, he's doing gang signs. Like I'm not Italian. I talk with my hands.
I do too, but I'm holding mine. No, I won't bring them forth. Go
But
ahead.
it's
Sorry.
no, it's freedom of speech. You can say anything you want. But the reason
Right.
he mentioned that is because I want one like this, and I'm like, why are you holding? It's not a gun. It's I like professional.
Right.
I like
Right.
professional wrestling. So there's a wrestler named Roddy Piper.
Right. I know Rodney Piper. I'm not familiar with him. I say that.
He's a fantastic wrestler, and
Right.
when he talks or Kevin Nash will talk,
Mhm.
they always talk like this, or they talk like this, and but they always have like different hand signals. So over the years, when I talk to people, I
Mhm.
say this or I do that, and I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" It's like, "What?" For me, it's normal. I know it's
It's
like I
normal
have
for you. Yeah.
Tourette's or something, but
Right. No, you're good. You're good. And I didn't tell you this is one part. So I used to rap. So rappers do that too. So it's not about or something wrong with you. Just if people don't know you, I would explain just like you did. Like I've so now I'm getting to the point where I'm not explaining myself anymore. If you're around me, you'll see what I do and how I am, and I'm just gonna be me. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Um, because I've been around a lot of people that tried to control me and like, why don't you do this? But I'm like, I already have my own plans in my mind. I'm just not telling you, not telling you, but I have a whole outline of everything I want to do in what order and everything, and started businesses that never went anywhere, but I started them. Nobody knew because it didn't get where I wanted it to be. I said, when I manifest what I want, you will see it. And you won't have to ask me any question. You're going to see it.
well,
It's going to be shown.
here's two questions I want to ask you. The first
Sure,
one I
sure.
want to talk to you about. You mentioned the guy who played all the parts, and it's funny you should mention that because I was watching. I like Manners. The
Right.
Father's one of my favorites, and the guy who
I
did.
love him.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That's a bad habit. I'm working on it. I'm not going to interrupt you. Go ahead.
The guy who did Steve Urkel, I was
Mhm.
watching that. I know he played Stefan, and he did two parts, but then he's like OTG or whatever the hell his name was, and I'm like, wait, you saying that you're playing all three parts? I mean, it's like. I
Right.
mean, shit. I mean, oh, sorry, PJ. I mean, crap. You couldn't just hire other people, give them an opportunity. But I mean, I guess it's a small budget, and why hire other people when you can play all three parts too?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear what you're saying with that, and I feel like it's just showing how creative he is.
No,
Like
he
I can
is.
go from Urkel to Stefan and have a whole nother aura, a whole different look. He has the same face, but he's somebody different. When he's Stefan, everybody was like, "Woo, woo, woo! Look at Stefan." When he's Urkel, they're like, "Oh God, yep, he did it." What he said, "What I did it or something? I did it, something like
Can
that."
I do
Yeah, I forgot.
that?
I did that. Yeah. Did I do that? That's what it was. Did I do that? I can't believe I remembered it. But yeah, I used to like that show. I love that show too as well. Yeah.
Was
So
there
that he was
any
showing his creativity, I think, is more or less.
was there any characters where you could relate to and say, you know what, I wish I had a family member like that? For an example, I wish I And race has nothing to do with it. That's another question I want to tell you real fast.
Hmm.
But I wish I had an uncle like Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil was my favorite
Right.
character from the Fresh Prince
Oh,
of Bel-Air.
yeah.
Now, before we wrap up our talk show, I want you to be brutally honest. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what made you say yes? How do you feel now? And where do you recommend it to other people?
Brutally honest. I said, who is this guy? I said, why is he telling me all these things about his what? Why would he where did he find me? Like, was he friends of mine? Did he know someone? And then I kept looking at it, I said, and then I said, you know what? I'm not sure why. I was like, because I'm like, I'm not really doing anything. I wasn't acting at all at the time. I was like, you know what? I don't know. My this spirit led me to go ahead with it. And then when you were talking, you were so open about your disability or your supposed disability that you were came up with. I said, you know what? He might have something here. Even though I didn't know you, I was just something about you. I was able to discern that you were sincere about your approach. And so now that I'm getting to know you, I see like you have a very positive attitude, very professional. I wouldn't recommend anyone to you for an interview. I mean, you came at me in a positive manner. You was like you were very upfront. So the more straightforward a person is, the more you can appreciate them being transparent. So so I just appreciate that, and I like your personality. And you're funny too, and yeah. So I will refer you for sure.
No, absolutely. Now, I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. And until we meet again, I catch you later. Thank you,
Alrighty. Thank
and
you
have
so
a good
much.
night.
Thanks for having me. You too. Thank you.